Back in the thick of it here at Sebring. Welcome back, folks. Lee Diffie, Calvin Fish, Dorsey Schrader with you. And the boys working on pit lane, Brian Till, Chris Neville, Andrew Marriott, Mike Johnson. We continue on. It has been an eventful start for a variety of teams, particularly in the GT2 class with Ray. Meanwhile, up front, Audi is leading overall. We climb on board the Lowe's Fernandez Acura, one of the new cars. This is the only Lola Acura combination. And young Mexican Luis Diaz behind the wheel.
He's not had the best of starts here, Dorsey. I mean, he's dropped back right now quite a ways. The Mazda of Ben Devlin is up ahead. The young drivers now, you can win a karting championship, which Mazda is behind. That puts you in a Barber Dodge car. You win that series, you go on to the Star Mazda Champ. You win that, you get an Atlantic ride. So they're really creating this stepping stone, Dorsey, which we didn't have back when we were racing, and it's great for these young kids.
And it is totally amazing. I mean, they do this not only just to help the drivers, to help themselves. This Mazda engine that they developed for this race car. Now, the technology they derived.
He's probably not going to get any seat time, but if any of their drivers have a problem, he can jump into the car. He's got laps this weekend. He's entered, so you have that backup in place.
And I think that's a smart thing to do because, like I said, you and I both experienced the same thing. You know, you really have a lot of muscle. Look at it, side-by-side racing.
This is good stuff. Sasha Masson, he doesn't quite get it done. Chris Dyson, forceful as he comes up behind Ron Fellows. He did not want to relinquish that position to Masson right here, right now. Good hard fighting early on in the Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring.
Chris has come so far in his driving career. Really was learning the ropes 3 or 4 years ago. Now he is not intimidated by anyone. He's showing it right. One of the best sports car drivers in the world right on his tail.
Really wonderful feeling in the Dyson camp. Really uplifted by this Porsche program. They love the cars. Porsche technicians at any one time, there's been as many as 6 on hand to assist Dyson with this program. And Chris told me yesterday, well, look at Sasha. Masson is aggressive. Looks for an inside opportunity as they come up on the Horeg Racing P2 car with Didier Tays behind the wheel. And still no passage through for that second Penske.
That was an amazing piece of driving back there. You knew it had to happen, though, because Tays was going to hold them up. Chris had to make the first move. Sasha was going to try to make it 3 wide going into the hairpin.
You have to be patient, though. I mean, right now, Sasha is definitely not where he wants to be in terms of this P2 battle, but that was a really
heavily on the car. 37 is now off the road, and I don't know if he made contact with that barrier yet or not.
That's Richard Berry behind the wheel. He really has 0 experience in this type of race car. Raced IMSA lights last year. Fun guy, but he's certainly gone through a steep learning curve here today. Doesn't look like there's any damage to that car. He just needs to sneak it back onto the racetrack. Don't burn up the drivetrain. Don't stall the car. Just be cool.
And this is one of the new talking points as well. The Intersport team going from P2 to P1. This is the Creation Judd, the V10 Judd that Nicholas Manassian, Jamie Campbell-Walter raced last year. You'll be familiar with this car. And
that is just at the exit of turn 10 right there. And obviously when he got on the throttle, he got a little too much of it and spun off to the right side inside.
Dorsey, I had a conversation with John and Clint Field about this new entry into P1 the other day and the Kumo tires that are on it. The problem really right now is this move to P1 came so late. That car actually has the P2 tire on it.
P2 champ leads the way in that class, and this is how he did it.
Well, they got a pretty good run off of that bumpy turn 13, works to the inside. Fastest kink up here. I'm sure he just let him have it, really. You wouldn't want to go side by side.
Yeah, I mean, he flew by him there. It looked like
on pit road. Chris?
Well, Scott Maxwell was here for about 5 minutes repairing damage to the front right corner of that car. It looked like he maybe got into one of the Porsches out there. Tom Milner said he doesn't know the number, but that's what Maxwell was saying. So GT2, the gloves are off in the early hours of this race.
Well, contact with the Porsche again. I saw the number 44 car is Darren Law. We'll take a look here. Ah, yeah, that's contact. both guys off the end of the chicane back there.
Fighting over the same piece of road, and that was the outcome.
I wonder if he got hurt from the back as well, because there was damage to the tail end of that Panos when we saw the shot there on the race car, so maybe he was helped into that situation.
We advance in leaps and bounds, from generation to generation. At Acura, we help people advance. From where they are to where they could be. Acura. Advance.
This to Audi R10, the two diesel-powered cars. These are new cars for the 2007 season, although as the boys have detailed, the dramas involving car one, our lead car, with the crash earlier in the weekend. And Alan McNish was saying that basically throughout the course of 2006, they just made a checklist of improvements that they would like on the car to enhance the drivability, the efficiency, aspects like that. And that's what Audi has done throughout the winter break. Let's talk P2. Let's climb aboard the Lowe's Fernandez Acura. Luis Diaz behind the wheel.
Hey guys, that car, Luis Diaz has been on the radio. He says the car is very, very loose indeed, or in my language, it's oversteering like hell. But they're a little bit concerned, and when it makes it pit stop, they're going to try and do something.
Back here at Sebring and dramas at the Penske pit, Brian.
Sasha Masha brings his Porsche in, and it looks like a brake issue, guys. Down here, he's talking to the crew. He's saying, I've got a long pedal. They have bled the brakes, tried to see if there's any air in the system to get that out, bring the pedal back up. But they won't know until they get back on track. Dorsey and Calvin, as you guys can attest to, it is one of the most worrisome problems to a driver. You don't know what you've got brake pedal wise, and on a track like Sebring with the high-speed straightaways and then turn 1 and 17, to not have the confidence in the brake pedal is not the way to go fast around here.
You got that right. There's the 15 just making a pass on the 8 going through turn 1. No brakes at 170 miles an hour is not a pleasant thing.
And also
swoop on the P2 Mazda.
We'll see now if there's a real problem on the car. You can almost expect he'll be bringing it to the pits, have something done. When you start dropping off 2 seconds a lap, if that's the case, you don't want to make many laps under that condition.
one unique aspect of this diesel-powered engine, it's so silent. It comes past the pits, you can barely hear it. The guys driving machines with their helmets on and their earplugs in said it's not until about 3rd or 4th gear you start to hear the wind noise rather than the engine noise. It's a very unique sensation.
How about that?
Get too much wheel spin and slap that right rear into pit wall as he leaves. Routine stop. Once again, they will double stint these Michelin tires. Very cool today, so tires and tire wear shouldn't be an issue. Vila just waiting for that 81 liters of diesel. Crew looking, waiting for the stop. There's an official standing in front as well. He's going to hold it for a second. There's been some type of penalty here for Frank Vila. We don't know what it is. The official standing, holding him. Meanwhile, the engine cover has gone back on Sasha Maschen's Porsche. He will try to get out of his pit stop, but Vila, the rear of this Audi, hanging out in pit road a little bit, so it'll be difficult for Maassen to get out. Now Vila, given the clear signal, he's gone.
Brian, who is that? Was it Dick Martin who was holding that car up? No gloves on the team manager is the call we are getting.
Wow, that is rare. How often do you see a penalty call on that Yost squad? They are the best in the business. So right now,
reminding you, if you want to stay up to date with the American Le Mans series, AmericanLeMans.com, and check out the new podcasting elements, including race previews and recaps and Audi's lap of the track, as well as many other audio and video features covering this wonderful series. That's AmericanLeMans.com. Get amongst it. Back here at Sebring, and it is Timo Bernard who leads the race. Of course, the Audis have come in for their respective stops. That penalty, that costly penalty to Frank Vila. His guys, they're not both Peterson White Lightning cars. We need to stress that. The other one is, of course, a different organization, different car owner, Dale White and his staff with their hands full this weekend, pretty much like the Dyson P2 car here.
Another advantage of double stinting tires you saw right back there. You can be aggressive instantly coming out of the pits because you don't have to worry about tire pressure buildup or tire temperature. You saw right there that the, as soon as he left the pits, he just was very aggressive in traffic. Didn't lose any time at all.
And that's another key. We talk about that strategy, looking at the calculations. How much do you gain with fresh tires? There's also that
C6 Corvette. Johnny O'Connell is now behind the wheel of that. And a lot on the line this weekend for Johnny. He could be the all-time winner here at Sebring as far as overall and class victories.